Labour is wasting $1 billion rebuilding a stadium. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee and let's have a talk about the Gabba Stadium rebuild that Labour are proposing here in Queensland. You know, our Labour Premier, the teacher, and the government that's just piling on more and more debt. You know, that Olympics we're going for after the Commonwealth Games was an insane disaster. Did any of you go to the Com Games down the Gold Coast where they told everyone, it's going to be so busy, don't drive, go away? The streets were empty, no one was there, the games were, they felt dead when I went there. It was just nuts. And now they're looking at, you know, upgrading, rebuilding the Gabba for $1 billion. Fantastic, just what we need. More broken window fallacy spending. Let's look at that. Let's look at the definition of that. So, what is the broken window fallacy? The broken window fallacy is a parable that is sometimes used to illustrate the problem with the notion that going to war is good for a nation's economy. It's the same thing as some of the commentators and politicians were advocating that the bushfires were good for the economy because he gets to rebuild. Its wider message is that an event that seems to be beneficial for those immediately involved can have negative economic consequences for many others. The broken window fallacy was first expressed by the 19th century French economist Frédéric Bastiat. So, in his tale, a boy breaks a window. The townspeople, looking on, decide that the boy has actually done the community a service because his father will have to pay the town's glazier to replace the broken pane. The glazier will then spend the extra money on something else, jump-starting the local economy. The onlookers come to believe that breaking windows stimulates the economy. It's almost as if it's like the Antifa protesters believing that it'll stimulate the economy. He points out that further analysis exposes the fallacy. By forcing his father to pay for the window, the boy has reduced his father's disposable income. His father will not be able to purchase new shoes or some other luxury good. Productivity has also decreased, as the time the father spends dealing with the broken window could have been better put to use. Thus, the broken window might help the glazier, but at the same time, it robs other industries and reduces the amount spent on other goods. He also noted that the townspeople should have regarded the broken window as a loss of some of the town's real value. Moreover, replacing something that has already been purchased represents a maintenance cost, not a purchase of new goods, and maintenance doesn't stimulate production. In short, he suggests that destruction doesn't pay in an economic sense. Here are the key takeaways. The broken window fallacy argues that spending money on items that have been destroyed does not lead to economic gain. The broken window fallacy suggests that an event can have unforeseen negative ripple effects if money is redirected to repairing broken items rather than to new goods and services. The theory suggests that a boost to one part of the economy can cause losses to other sectors of the economy. And I suspect we're seeing that now with the housing sector. The parable used in the broken window fallacy illustrates the negative economic effects of going to war. Money is diverted from creating consumer goods and services to creating weapons, and money is further spent on repairing the damages of war. That's why the same argument you'll see, there's the drums of war, there'll be calls for that to be good for the economy. Other idiots will say that. So let's have a look at the rebuilding of this stadium. Now, this is the notes from Populous, the architects who worked on the master plan. The key driver of the updated Gabba Stadium master plan work is to provide more detail on the Gabba front door, the western entry plaza. Notice how it's going over the road here, because this is where you've got the new underground rail, Cross River Rail. That'll never pay for itself. We've worked with the Cross River Rail team to ensure the interface with the GoPrint site and the Gabba is appropriate and adheres to the principles of the master plan. We have looked at how the heritage-listed police building can be more integrated into the Western Precinct and its potential use as a state sports museum. Within the master plan, we've analysed different levels of the sites, reviewed pedestrian movements, and provided benchmarks for similar precincts globally. And notice here behind here, here's the school, and this is a very politically active area. They wouldn't be very happy with this either. So let's have a look at this animation here. Just showing you the scheme. Hang on. Wait. Let me up the quality here, guys, so we can see it. There we go. So here's the new Cross River Rail, the underground station. Going across, building over here, over the road. There's been no public consultation. It's state government, so they can do what they want. You got council requirements, and the state government just designates it and ignores all the requirements. So let's have a look from BrisbaneDevelopment.com what they're saying about this. You know, new $1 billion stadium. $1 billion. To be rebuilt as the main Olympic stadium. The fact that we're even going for the Olympics is just ludicrous with the amount of debt that they have here in Queensland. They're borrowing money to pay for civil servants, to pay wages. It's crazy. This is what Newman tried to clean up, and there's all this hoo-ha about it. People just don't get it. They just don't get it. You've got an entitled class of civil servants that just want their gimme, gimme, gimme. You know, recently we had, I remember, I think they put up license registration fees. I had to get the car rego renewed, and I walked in there to do it just after all the civil servants got their $1,000 stimulus check from our state government. Buying votes. There's an argument. Should civil servants still be able to vote? They've got a conflict of interest. Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk has today revealed the Gabba as the proposed main stadium should Queensland host the 2032 Olympic and Paralympic Games. Under initial plans unveiled by the government, the Gabba would essentially be demolished and a $1 billion main Olympic oval stadium rebuilt in its place. The Premier said the Gabba had been home to Queensland sport, including cricket and AFL, for 126 years. She said it was time to write a new chapter for its next century, which hopefully includes the 2032 Olympic and Paralympic Games. I mean, there you go. I mean, it's a nice rendering that they've done there. That's the new stadium. Doesn't look that much different than the existing one. But to take it to that level, we'll need the continued support of all levels of government, including the Commonwealth. Every game needs a home, the Premier said. A home for the 2032 Olympic Paralympic Games could be its crowning glory. Formerly known as the Brisbane Cricket Ground, the Gabba was earmarked for upgrade because it's already well used for AFL, cricket and other events. Its existing infrastructure connects to the South East Queensland busway network. It's a nightmare to get there on game night. I used to live up here, you know, on Wellington Road there. We'd go to the Piney for beers. Guys, it's a nightmare around there. Centrally located, will have its own Cross River Rail station under construction and connected to the stadium. Will increase capacity to around 50,000. I understand, what's the current Gabba capacity? I think it's 40,000. Gabba capacity. 42,000. 40, so 8,000. $1 billion for 8,000 extra seating capacity at this thing. Would also include a new pedestrian plaza linking the stadium to the Cross River Rail station, which is currently under construction. The Premier said having a main stadium 2 kilometres from the CBD gave Queensland an advantage other games hosts haven't had. As a result, the Premier said the entire city would become a games venue with hundreds of thousands able to share the atmosphere whether they were inside the stadium or not. Thousands will be able to board trains at the new Albert Street station in the city and arrive at the stadium in as little as 3 minutes. This made the games more accessible to people with disabilities and the elderly. The Premier said the pedestrian plaza could become a games hub of its own with concerts and even medal presentations. I can see the river line with people watching big screens, all taking part in the fun, excitement of the games. There's South Brisbane, There's South Brisbane leading the West End, which is connected to Roma Street via Cooralpa Bridge, and a new bridge under construction for the new Queen's Wharf development. There are city cats offering even more opportunities for transport. All of this infrastructure we already have. Minister for Sport and Minister for assisting the Premier on Olympic Sterling Hinchcliffe said the Gabba is a workhorse, not a white elephant. Sure it is. It's used an average of for 40 weeks a year with major sports played in summer and winter, including international events. Brisbane's stadium designing firm Populous had provided concept designs for a possible Gabba upgrade. Director Chris Patterson said the Gabba satisfied the 3 rules of good development: location, location, location. Brisbane already boasts the best rectangular stadium in Suncorp Stadium, Mr. Patterson said. This is an opportunity to complement it with the best round-field stadium right at the centre of the city. The Gabba would join Cairns, Townsville, Sunshine Coast and Gold Coast as games venues with 85% already built. Yes, but it's not an enclosed stadium, is it? So there's the difference. So, there you go, guys. $1 billion for 8,000 additional seats. Fantastic. People will be cheering for this bloody thing. You know, while the debt continues. We need to improve financial literacy. We need to empower people to not fall for this bullshit from politicians. But, you know, it's Queensland, everyone. They like their gimmies. They like their handouts. They like the government taking care of them. Just bulldoze more bloody things and rebuild it in the same spot. You know, they did it for the building education revolution. And how did that go, guys? You know, our education now is stellar. Australia's doing so well. Oh, wait, no, we're not. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one, guys. Are you a fan of the Gabba? You know, do you think it needs an upgrade? $1 billion for 8,000 seats. What do you reckon? Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and enjoy the content I create here, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us by signing up for SelfWealth or Stake, using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. You can buy our merch at HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.